garden designing?
Well, I actually started off in agriculture, but what I loved about garden design is that you can create a painting almost from plants. I love that design side of it. What about you? How did you get into gardening here?
Well, we moved back to RAF Benevolent just before the lockdown was announced, and I'll be honest, I was never green-fingered before that. Mowing the lawn at home would have been a chore for me, so this was something that we thought we'd take on, and I absolutely loved it. We've taken on a second plot, and I just find it so therapeutic just coming up and seeing something as planting it as seeds and then watching the progression.
Do you find it a really good place to sort of chill out and maybe just relax, from all the pressures from being on in the station?
Definitely. So I'm someone that suffered with mental health from a young age. So my dad was serving, and as a result of moving, I suffered with alopecia from about the age of 10 with stress, and then growing up as an adult I've suffered with depression and anxiety. So coming up here, it just kind of eases the burden and takes the weight off your shoulder. Do you have any links to the military or the Royal Air Force?
Yeah, I think like you, my father was in the RAF and he was in Bomb Command during World War II.
Oh wow.
And I was brought up with the stories. He got shot down and escaped through the French resistance, which is why it's fantastic to work with charities like the RAF Benevolent Fund. I've always felt that affinity and felt like part of the RAF family.
Can you tell me about your inspiration behind the Chelsea Flower Show?
Well, this year's garden is going to primarily be about Battle Britain story that weaves all the way through the design. So it's raising awareness, but also to see the effect that it has on people. What better place in a garden to tell that story in such a restful and peaceful environment.
Yeah, and what great links as well that you have with it, and a great story behind it.
I always say to all the guys I'm working with, you just take a moment where you can look out and just appreciate the surroundings you're in. Very lucky to be outside.